And we've got the famous father of the Hinds brothers as well, Kevin. We've heard via the grapevine that you're going to be popping back into the industry.
I've decided to do that because no one else wants me. And I just needed really to get back to my roots. I used to do a lot of music when I was much younger. Not much younger, only about 45 years ago. Anyway, so I'm back again and I'm doing a couple of gigs here and there and constantly on the search for opportunity. But the big thing is that I'm also writing a lot of songs, and with the boys' help, I'm going to be producing a mini album so that I can give to my friends. I don't think they'll pay for it, but nevertheless, we'll give it a shot.
The whole idea is to bring back the creativity back to your mind and your soul and to find solace and peace there again?
Well, that's a beautiful way of putting it. I think you're right. I think it's just really a matter of going back to the roots. And, you only live once, and, if you can get back and sort of, I wouldn't like to say, use your final days, because I feel that I've still got a lot to offer the music industry, and with my boys, they give me a lot of encouragement all the time. And my oldest son is Craig Watershed, and I've just sent him a lot of my numbers that I've written. They're busy doing an album now, Watershed. So hopefully one of my songs might be featured on it.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. So this whole family thing is really taking off. You've got Ren and Aidan have just released their album of Milk. Now Watershed may use one of yours, and you might come up with your own. You're going to come up with your own album as well.
Indeed, the boys have actually they would like to produce my little album, so it'll be great news. Just keep it in the family,
How about a sort of concert with the three boys and you together?
I would love to have something like that, but of course they wouldn't. They probably would say, "No, thanks, Dad. We'll do our own thing." But yeah, it certainly could be. The big thing is that we're all in such various parts of the world, and everyone seems to be so busy that if it does come to fruition, it'd be great news. But I can't. I certainly don't want to try and force them into anything.
But it would be quite cool, wouldn't it? Right, tell us, where have you got gigs going and when?
Well, I've had a couple of private birthday gigs, and done a wedding a little while back, and I've done one or two shows at a local restaurant in Ramsgate, and and I've started doing a lot of busking, because I feel that this is a wonderful, wonderful way of getting back into it. And a lot of people might say, but busking is really big, but it isn't, because you're actually providing people with something, and you getting right back into the music, because you've got to force yourself to actually do it. It's no good sitting on the edge of your bed in the evening and say, well, let me try this song, So you've got a living audience all the time.
If anybody would like to book you for a function, where do they contact you?
I've got a cell phone, 076 509 1432.
Website?
What?
Those things that you go on the computer and look for. It's called a website.
I'm afraid I've got people who can do it for me. I think the boys actually have got a website for me, and they've actually featured a lot of what has happened in my past. I used to be with EMI, and I had a contract with them, and I did quite a couple of recordings, two of which got onto the charts, LM charts, remember them?
Yeah, and what's
It's difficult to get a song there. Love It.
Yeah.
Which Watershed actually, they redid it on one of their albums as well, which was great. That's why I'd like the boys to actually do one or two of my numbers, because the royalties can be very good. I have a daughter too, let me just mention Kim.
Yeah.
And she's a beautiful little lady, but she's a gymnast and she's a dancer. She used to do some exotic dancing in her youth. Luckily, she's now happily married with my first grandson, and and she's now a trainer, physical trainer. So she's a very fit, perky little lady.
Kevin, thank you very much for your time. Very interesting, and we wish you all the best of luck in this comeback.
Well, thank you very much. I wish myself the best of luck.
Thank you.